Hello, all you wonderful first graders up in New Jersey. It's me, Mrs. Bankert again. It was so nice to see you last Friday with Mrs. White, and I just had a wonderful time listening to all of you, seeing your family members and friends and brothers and sisters that you brought along. I feel like I know you so much better now. Thanks for being with me today. I've got another book by a different author, Arnold Lobel. Mrs. White said you're going to be reading Frog and Toad books. They're so good, they're wonderful. And mine is called Days with Frog and Toad. When I used to read these books, I used to have trouble remembering which one was Frog and which one was Toad. Do you have that trouble? I do. Well, I finally learned that toads are smaller than frogs, and they're kind of brownish. They're not as green as a frog is. So that's how I try to remember the difference. So this is Days with Frog and Toad. There are lots of Frog and Toad books. And this one actually has 5 short stories in it. So I'll read 2 of them today and then I'll read the rest another day. This is called Tomorrow. I know the pictures are small. I hope you can peek in there. Toad woke up. Drat, he said. This house is a mess. I have so much work to do. Frog looked through the window. Toad, you're right, said Frog. It is a mess. Toad pulled the covers up over his head. I'll do it tomorrow, said Toad. Today I will take life easy. Don't you feel like doing that some days? You put things off. Frog came into the house. Toad, said Frog, your pants and your jacket are lying on the floor. Tomorrow, said Toad from under the covers. Your kitchen sink is filled with dirty dishes, said Frog. Tomorrow, said Toad. There's dust on your chairs. Tomorrow, said Toad. Your windows need scrubbing, said Frog. Your plants need watering. Tomorrow, cried Toad. I will do it all tomorrow. It's a lot of work to wait. Toad sat on the edge of his bed. Bleh, said Toad. I feel down in the dumps. Do you know what that means? Kind of sad and upset. Why? Asked Frog. Because I'm thinking about tomorrow, said Toad. I'm thinking about all the many things I will have to do. Yes, said Frog. Tomorrow will be a very hard day for you. But Frog, said Toad, if I pick up my pants and jacket right now, then I will not have to pick them up tomorrow, will I? No, said Frog. You won't have to. Toad picked up his clothes and he put them in the closet. Frog, said Toad, if I wash my dishes right now, then I will not have to wash them tomorrow, will I? No, said Frog. You won't have to. Toad washed and dried his dishes and he put them in the cupboard. Frog, said Toad, if I dust my chairs and scrub my windows and water my plants right now, then I will not have to do it tomorrow, will I? No, said Frog, you will not have to do any of it. So Toad dusted his chairs, he scrubbed his windows, he watered his plants. There, said Toad, now I feel better. I am not in the dumps anymore. Why? Asked Frog. Because I have done all that work, said Toad. Now I can save tomorrow for something that I really want to do. What is that? Asked Frog. Tomorrow, said Toad, I can just take life easy. Toad went back to bed. He pulled the covers over his head and fell asleep. Won't he feel good when he wakes up tomorrow and he doesn't have to do all those jobs? Don't you feel like that sometimes, though? It's hard to make yourself do that one. The second story about Frog and Toad is called The Kite. Frog and Toad went out to fly a kite. They went to a large meadow where the wind was strong. Our kite will fly up and up, said Frog. It will fly all the way up to the top of the sky. Toad, said Frog, I will hold the ball of string. You hold the kite and run. Have you ever done this? This is one of my hardest things to do, was to fly a kite when I was a kid. I just couldn't get it to go up. Toad ran across the meadow. He ran as fast as his short legs could carry him. Remember, he has shorter legs than Frog. The kite went way up in the air and it fell to the ground with a heavy bump. Toad heard laughter. 3 robins were sitting in a bush. That kite will not fly, said the robins. You may as well give up. Toad ran back to Frog. Frog, said Toad, this kite will not fly. I give up. He's listening to the birds. We must make a second try, said Frog. Wave the kite over your head. Perhaps that will will make it fly. Toad ran back across the meadow. He waved the kite over his head. The kite went up in the air and then fell down with a thud. What a joke, said the robins. That kite will never get off the ground. You don't want friends like that around, do you? Not much encouragement there. Toad ran back to Frog. This kite is a joke, he said. It will never get off the ground. He's listening to those robins too much, isn't he? We have to make a third try, said Frog. Wave the kite over your head and jump up and down. Perhaps that will make it fly. Toad ran across the meadow again. He waved the kite over his head. He jumped up and down. The kite went up in the air and crashed down into the grass. That kite is junk, said the robins. Throw it away and go home. Toad ran back to Frog. This kite is junk, he said. I think we should throw it away and go home. Isn't that exactly what the robin said? Toad, said Frog, we need one more try. Wave the kite over your head, jump up and down and shout, up, kite, up. Toad ran across the meadow. He waved the kite over his head. He jumped up and down. He shouted, up, kite, up. The kite flew high into the air. It climbed higher and higher. Notice the robins were watching, thinking, we did it, cried Toad. Yes, said Frog. If a running try didn't work, and a running and waving try did not work, and a running, waving, and jumping try did not work, I knew that a running, waving, jumping, and shouting try just had to work. The robins flew out of the bush, but they couldn't even fly as high as the kite. Frog and Toad sat and watched their kite. It seemed to be flying way up at the top of the sky. Isn't that nice? And they shouldn't have listened to those robins, should they? But Toad didn't give up. He tried every time. This is a great story about friendship. I know that right now you're missing seeing your friends. I'm missing seeing my friends, including Mrs. White. She's a friend of mine. But we can think about the good times we had and the good times we're going to have. You could write some of those ideas down, what you want to do with your friends when you see them. And you will see them soon. You can write letters to them, send pictures. I'm writing a lot of letters myself right now. Take care of yourselves. It's good seeing you again. Bye.